Hello YouTube. Yeah, here's Sharon. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make Flappy Bird game. So this tutorial will be very long because I'm going to complete this game in one sitting. But you can divide it into parts and watch it. So I will put some which part belongs to which thing in the description. So let's get started. So, Flappy Bird looks like this. Everybody knows this game. This is a very easy game to build and it's super interesting to play. So, by building this game, you will come to know about the basics of JavaScript, basics of HTML, basics of CSS. So, it will be very good for your interviews also. By showing this game, you will impress your interviewer. Okay, so this is a final version. So we will the thought I have thought that first we should make this bare bone structure first, and then we will modify to this. Okay, so let's get started. Yeah, so first thing we have to do is this. Let me have this. You know, I want to you know pictures, and I have made some images for you. So okay, where are they? They're gone. Oh god. Yeah, they're here. So let me open that for you. hmm Oh yeah. So we will be building, this in our web browser. So this is a very crude drawing from me, but it will be do its job to make you understand how we are going to proceed. So this is a game container. Okay, this will be our game container, this outer box. Then we have divided this game container into two partitions. This partition is I call it sky, and this partition I call it is ground. Okay, so these are these pipes, and this is our bird. So let's we proceed to make this in our web browser. So first thing I will do is that I will make new folder. Okay, so yeah, so I have made this new folder, Flappy Bird game. It's empty. I will add this folder to my atom. Okay, uh, 1 minute. Yeah, now it's added to my folder. Okay, sorry, it's added to my atom. I will just cut this. Okay, I don't want you. So let's make three files. First file I'm gonna make is index.html. Okay, index.html. Yeah, and the second file we need is app.js, which will be our JavaScript. So yeah, app.js. Yeah, then third file we will need is style.css. Okay, style.css. Yeah, so we have these three files. You can see them now here. Okay, so let's start with this index.html. So HTML. Atom gives this the structure of HTML when you just type HTML. So let's put the title of our game here. So Flappy Bird game. Flappy Bird game. Okay. Let me check whether I'm recording or not. Yes, I'm recording. Okay, Flappy Bird game. Then I have to link this style sheet and JavaScript. So let's do that. So for linking purpose, link tag I will use. Okay, this is not the thing. We have to put style.css. Okay, because this style.css present in the same folder as per this index.html. Okay. Okay, why this? Okay, that will be good. And we have to include our JavaScript also. So let me hit me tab. So I will just say source, and I will say m.js. Okay. So let's check whether we have included these files in our JavaScript. Sorry, included in file index.html. So I'll just hello world. Okay, and let's now alert hello. Okay, and I will just save this, and I will also save this, and also I will include body. I'm just checking whether these files are included. So background color blue. Okay. So we are good to go now, I guess. So let me, open this folder now, and let's run this. Okay. So you can see that our JavaScript also included, and hello world you can see. So CSS and JavaScript are working. That's fine. The okay. So but I don't need this now. Okay. I'll just save it, and I don't need alert. Alert is very annoying. Okay, I'll just remove it. I'll save it. Okay. Okay, I also don't need your word. Okay. So let's proceed. So as per this figure, let me open that figure for you. We are going to build this, structure in our web page. So yeah, so let's go proceed building that. So first thing I'm gonna do is to declare division. So div is if you don't know web development, then div is you know just it's a section of a page, but you can just assume it is a rectangle. Okay, so we give this rectangle dimensions in this style.css, and we will do that. So you will get a hang of it. But yeah, when I'm going to do that. Okay, but just consider div as the section of a page now. So let's declare game container. Okay, game container. Container. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. That's spelling. So in the game container, I'm gonna declare two divs. First div is a sky. Okay, and the second div is ground. Okay. So we have declared sky and ground, and in the sky we want to declare bird, our sweet little bird. Okay, bird. Okay, so we have done that. So let's check in our browser whether this is reflecting. You won't see the changes right now, but when you inspect, yeah, in body, yeah, they are here. This is game container sky div. Okay. So let's make them visible using CSS. So yeah, let's do it. So I'm going into the style.css. First I will clear this margin and padding. Browser has a default margin and padding. I don't need, we are making game. Okay. So my padding is 0 and margin is also 0. Okay. Now we will proceed to make our game container. Okay. So game container. Okay. I have the prepended with the dot because I because this is a class. Okay, so let me check for the dimensions of it. I have written it actually. Okay, they are in front of me. So let's make this width to be okay. Happens. Okay, let's make width 500 pixel. Okay, 500 pixel. So width is this. I think you get this. So height is 730 pixel. Okay. Yeah. Then we need a border, so we can see actually on the screen. So I'm giving 1 pixel solid black. Okay. Yeah. Then I'm going to set its position relative. Relative because we are going to put our sky and ground in this game container, and I want them to be absolutely positioned, so I'm making this element relative. Okay, so I want left 50%, so I want for I want to just move this container to the left side. So let's check it now. Yeah, so everything's look fine. Let's check in our yeah. No, you can see this. Okay, I will just remove it, but this game container is far left. So this minus 50% just move this uh, sorry, this 50% move this from this location to this location, but I want it into the center. So what I will do is I will just this I will use this transform property. Okay, I hit a caps lock. So translate, and it will be minus 50%. So this is a standard way to make things in center. Okay, this is a standard technique to they use when you want anything to center. So you can see that this thing is in center now. Okay, yeah. Now we will proceed to building our sky. Okay, so the sky will have the width inherit. Okay, what inherit means is that since this sky is in game container. Okay, so this makes game container the parent of this sky. So this sky gonna inherit the width from game container. So in simple language, its width will be 500 pixels. Okay, okay. So let me make its height 580 pixels. Okay, 580 pixels. Then I will, as I said before, I will make its position absolute. Okay, damn, what? Absolute. Okay, what happened? Okay, let's okay. Absolute. Yeah, yeah, that worked fine. Absolute, and I will just fill background color to background color cyan. And let's check it. Okay, let's check whether we can see our sky. Okay, there is sky. Okay, this is sky of us. Okay, now we need to make ground. Okay, we will make the ground now. So I'm proceeding to make ground. So ground will be position absolute. Yeah, absolute. Absolute with this game container. Okay, width I'm going to inherit as I done for the sky. Inherit. Okay, let's proceed. Height will be 150 pixels because it's very basic maths. When you just subtract this 580 from 730, you will get 150. Okay, and I want this guy bottom. So what I will do is I will just top 580 pixels. I want this guy to be bottom. Why I have mentioned 580 pixels? Because I want the ground below the sky. Okay, so sky's height is 580 pixels. So when the sky ends, I want to begin the ground. So I have made this top 580 pixels. Okay, let's fill the background color. Okay, background color will be brown. Let's see whether we can see our ground now. Okay, yeah, we can see our ground now. So this is our ground. Okay, now let's proceed to make a bird. Okay, so bird. Okay, little bird. 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 So bird, I'm going to make the width of the bird maybe let's say 60 pixels. And the height of the bird will be 45 pixels. So, and yeah, I will set its position absolute. Let me with this. Okay, so absolute. So, but position absolute with respect to the sky, by the way. Okay. So, and I will fill background color yellow. Okay. So let's check whether we can see this our little bird in our game. Okay, it will be here. Okay, it's here. So I want something here. So what I will do, I will set some properties. Okay, okay. So I will make left to be 220 pixels. Why I'm doing that? Because I want to place this bird in certain position. You can see when in this version. Okay, here. Okay, this bird starts from here. This bird starts from here, no? So I want to place that bird in there. So I'm gonna. I think you got understand, but once more. So bird starts with here. I want to place this bird in here. Okay. Sorry for my. Okay, what's happening? Okay, 110. Okay. Okay, no problem. 100%. So let's continue with our job. And I will do bottom 100 pixels. Okay. Okay. Okay, this looks nice to me. Let's check in our browser. Okay, this is not this. This is okay. Okay. You can see that I have centered this bird. Okay, after building this, basic structure, I will, go ahead with the JavaScript, and I will make this, this pipes in the JavaScript also. Okay. You can hear some noise actually. Sorry for that. If you are hearing that, somebody has played the song. Okay, let me continue with the JavaScript. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna grab the game container now. Yeah. So let the game container is equal to document dot query selector. Yeah, so game container, maybe that's a game container. Okay, I will check once again what I named here. Okay, I have to use okay game container. So I'm grabbing this division by this here uh, document dot query select. Now let me grab the ground also. So ground will be document dot query selector. Query selector. Okay. Let me what I've named it. I think I've named it ground. But let me check. Okay. Yeah, I will check ground bird. Okay, no problem now. And sky also. And let the bird will be bird. Also, I will grab this using document or query selector. Okay. So I want to grab bird. Okay. After grabbing this, I will declare some game related variables. So first will be game over. So this will give me idea whether game is over or not. Okay, is game over. Currently my game is not over, so it's a pause. Okay. Let me declare this bird left variable. Let bird left will be 220 pixels. 220. Okay, not I'm not appending with pixels actually. But you can see that this value matches with this, with this value. Okay. That's our initial bird's position. So I'm just having variable in JavaScript for that to represent that situation. Okay. Let the bird bottom will be okay. I missed the D here. Okay. Bird bottom is 100, which is the same as per the style sheet. Okay. And let a gap will be 450 pixels. 450 pixels. 450. So I have declared this gap, and it will come handy when we are going to make this upper obstacle. Okay. So when I'm going to make it, I will refer it, but by the time just don't worry about it. But remember that we have declared this gap here. Okay, so let's proceed with our first function. So first function will be function start game. Start game. Okay, it doesn't need parameter. So what we have to, okay, let me declare gravity also, because gravity will be pulling our bird down. This effect I want. So okay, here actually. So this is this bird is going down. So we want our bird to go down. So we need a gravity. Okay, so therefore I am declaring gravity. So gravity will be 2, that we will find. Okay, so function start game. So what we will do is that we will just subtract the value of gravity from bird bottom. I'll just pick this variable. Lazy for typing. I'm just doing that, and to reflect in our document, in our web page, I'm going to set the bird.style. So bird.style.left. So this we are doing in JavaScript, but to reflect in our web page, we have to set the style. Okay. So bird.style.left is bird bottom. Come on. Append with fixes. So JavaScript will turn this number to string. The JavaScript is JavaScript specialty. So okay, we have done that. Okay, now we have to call this function. Okay, but let's okay, I will call this function, but let me save and show you some effect of this thing. So instead of 10, I will just instead of 2, I will make it 10. So you will observe the effect what I'm going to do now. So let me refresh. Okay, refresh and then inspect, and then I will call this function start game. Okay, and called start game is not defined, but we have let me save this. Okay, I have saved it, and then I need to refresh it, and let's run this. Okay, it has done this, but I don't want this. Okay, bird bottom is 100 pixels, bird left. So what I have done, but okay, I have to, I'm sorry for my typing mistakes, I need to put it bottom. Okay, that happens. Okay, let's save it and see what it has the effect. Okay, so you will observe that this bird is going down. So this bird is going down, this bird is going down. So we for to animate this bird to go down, we need to call this function many times. So JavaScript, our dear JavaScript provides us for this also. So what we will do is we will have this timer. So timer ID. So timer ID will be set interval. So set interval. I think I have typed it correctly. So I want to call this start game every 20 milliseconds. Okay, so I'll just copy this guy, start game, and call it 20 milliseconds. And yeah, let's refresh the page and see the effect. Okay, so the bird is going down. But it's going down too fast, so let's make me this 2, and it will be good to our eye. So it's going slowly now. Okay, so that was the the gravity's role in that. Okay, so we have now have this functionality that bird is going down, but we also want to have this functionality, which is bird to jump now. So to add that functionality, we are going to code. Okay, we are going to code a functionality. So for this to work, first what I will add is I will add action listener to document. So document dot add event listener. Event this thing. I think I have typed it right. Add event listener. Okay. So I will listen for the event key up, and I will call the function game control. So there's the game controller. Okay, that I have to define now. So what this statement does is that I'm adding event listener to the web page. So whenever I press any key, this thing will call this function. Okay. So that's JavaScript's it's a property that it has very rich functions for callbacks and event handling. Therefore, it is very popular in the front end frameworks. Okay. So just understand that whenever you press any key, this function is gonna call. Okay, it's very simple that happens. So let me define this function game control. So game control. Okay. It doesn't. Okay, it takes argument. By the way, this guy also passes event. So we can, after calling this function can check what type of event happened. So for that, this event argument it passes. So we have this now. So what we want is that our bird to jump only when I hit space. So to implement that functionality, I will just write this if statement. So e dot key code is a property of this event. So okay, so I'm saying that when I hit space, you call jump. Okay, you call jump. That's very simple. So let's define this jump function now. Okay. So what the jump field does is that it will add to this bird bottom. So we subtracted to go it down. So but we will add something to bounce to move up. Okay. So let's do that. Bird bottom plus 50. I'll add 50 because it worked nice. You can you can add whatever value you want, but 50 works nice. Okay. So same to reflect into the our game we said this birds.dial dot. Sorry, is it correct? Bottom. Okay, bird.style dot bottom equal to okay bird bottom same thing bird bottom. I'll just select it pixels. Okay, that should work. Let's see whether we can have this. We have this functionality. Let's check for it. So where is this? I guess. So what is going on? So you can see that bird is bouncing now. Bird is bouncing. Okay, but there is one problem that this bird can go past the top screen, and that we don't want. So how we can how we can avoid it? Any ideas? That's very simple. Just put this statements if condition. Okay. So I'm just pressing control. Okay, what I'm doing? I'll just cut this. I'll just control X, and I want to I want this to happen when the bird bottom doesn't go to the top. So for that, I will just have this bird bottom. Okay, there's that bird bottom. What I'm doing? Okay, tap. Okay. When that it is less than 420, I have come up with this value by experimentation. So yeah, I have come up with this value of experimentation. So refer this value. So if bird bottom is less than 40, means that it is below this. That it is below this. It is below this. So that's only saying that it is below this. Okay. So yeah, I will just Control V. Okay. Yeah, this must look good. Let me check. Okay. This looks fine to me. Okay, I guess this looks. Yeah, this looks fine. So I'm saving it and let's check for we have this functionality or not. Now you can see that bird is not going far this. Okay. So let's move on. So what we are next, what next we are going to do is this generate this obstacles. Okay. But we are not generating obstacles through this HTML and CSS. We will do it programmatically into the JavaScript. Okay. So let's proceed to write this function. Okay. Function generate obstacles. Okay. I think I spelled it right. Generate obstacles. Yeah. Yeah. So let first we want where to generate this obstacle. So let me refer this code here. So I'm going wrong. Okay. So since our the width we want to obstacle here in the beginning. Okay. So we want to generate at this 500 because the width is 500. So we want to generate it here. So let's make this obstacle left variable. Okay. I'll just hit tab. This looks fine. Go obstacle left equal to 500 pixels because not pixels because we want to generate at the at this location. Therefore I'm adding 500. Therefore I'm setting the value 500. Okay. Okay, obstacle left 500. Then I have to generate this random height. I will explain what is random height. But let me first get that mat.random. So mat.random is a function which JavaScript provides. It will generate the random numbers between 0 and 1, but when you multiply 60, so the minimum will be 0 and the maximum will be 60 or 59. I'm not sure, but for the sense you can remember this as it will generate some random numbers between 0 to 60. Okay. Yeah. So let's declare another variable. Let obstacle bottom where obstacle bottom will be this random height. Okay. Yeah, just random height. Okay. After doing this, we want to create the div. Okay. So let the obstacle will be the variable obstacle will be document.create element document.create element, and what we want div. Okay. And not only the bottom obstacle we also want top obstacle. So top obstacle same statement document dot create element div. So let's have this div here. So let's after doing that, let's add the classes. I didn't define yet, but I will do that in my CSS. So let's say obstacle CSS classes have been declared, but I'm going to add on here obstacle dot classes dot it is the class will be obstacle. Okay. And the top obstacle dot class list dot add no top of. So let me now that looks fine. So let me proceed to writing this CSS classes now. Okay. Okay. Let me first write obstacle, Mr. Obstacle. So its position will be relative. Sorry, position will be absolute. What I'm doing. Then its position will be absolute. Its width will be 6 pixels. Okay. Its height will be what? Its height will be 300 pixels. 300 pixels, and let's fill this with the green color. Okay, green. Okay, that will look fine. Okay, so it will be position absolute, and okay, so let's okay, and then let me define also top obstacle. Top obstacle same, so position will be absolute. Okay, position will be absolute. Its width same width 60 pixels. I'm changing its height just to 75 pixels. It works nice. Because of that gap thing, we have to make this 275 pixels. Which yeah. So what do we want to do? Next thing we have to fill this also with the green color. Okay. So the CSS properties are ready. Let's hit Ctrl S to save this. And let's go back to our JavaScript. So we have created this obstacle and top obstacle div elements, but we haven't added to the game container. So before adding that, I want to show you some diagram. Okay, so you must be aware of the DOM, which is document object model. So document object model renders before rendering web page, your browser will make DOM of it. So this is in the form of tree. So in our case the game container will be the root of this tree. Sky and ground are in the game container, and this bird is in the sky. We know that now. But now we have to add this obstacles. This is a bottom obstacle and this is top obstacle. Okay. Okay, where that figure has gone. Okay, this is a bottom obstacle and it's a top obstacle. Okay, so we have to add this to the game container. So let's add this then now. So let me grab game container. Yeah, we're here. Dot append child. Append child. I have to just put obstacle there. And game container. Okay, dot append child. What I'm doing? Append child. Okay, append child of obstacle. Okay. Okay, I don't want it to it is not string I'm passing, I need to pass object. So top obstacle. Okay, let's save it and let's check whether this works or not. Okay, I'm saving it. I've saved this CSS also. So let's refresh this and call this generate obstacles. Okay, so you can see that these obstacles are generated, but this two the top obstacle is they are covering each other, so one below the other. So we will do something now to render it here and here. Okay, so let's go for that. Okay, now the main ingredient, that is, obstacle dot style dot left will be this obstacle left pixels. So that will be at this at this. Yeah, yeah, same for the top obstacle. Top obstacle. Will be obstacle left. Let's grab this. I'm very lazy to type now. Pixels. Okay. Okay. After done that, we have to set its bottom also. Obstacle. Obstacle dot style dot bottom will be obstacle bottom, which is this random height we are generating. I will explain you this thing in a bit. Obstacle part. So it's now the time to set obstacles. Top obstacles, bottom will be obstacle bottom plus gap. So I have uh, declared this gap, so I'm using it now. So gap is 446 6. Okay, so let's check whether we have any errors or not. Yeah, this looks fine, so let's run in a browser. Okay, let me call this function. Yeah, we have this. So we have this bottom obstacle at the bottom and the top obstacle at the top. Okay, so what we need to do is now we have to move this obstacle. Okay, so before going on, I need to explain this concept of this obstacle bottom thing. So this obstacle bottom is now let's zoom at this. So obstacle bottom is the distance from this bottom of the game container. Okay. So what we are doing, we are generating this. We are setting this bottom obstacles bottom with this obstacle bottom, but we are setting top obstacles bottom, which is this obstacle bottom. So this will be some random height plus 450 pixels. Okay, so just have in your mind. So this can also this we are generating this obstacle bottom, it's random. Minimum is 0 and the maximum is 60. So let's assume that this obstacle bottom is 0. So our top obstacle will be just above this 450 pixel. Okay, and if some random height, let's say 60 has generated, so 60 will be something here. So above this 60, we will have 450, and we will have this here somewhere. So we will have this effect of this. Uh, you know, we will have this effect of this. Uh, its length. It makes game interesting. So because of that obstacle bottom thing, we can see that this obstacle, we can see the difference between the length of this. Okay, I hope you understand that. So let's go ahead and just move this obstacle this direction. So JavaScript provides for declaration and definition of function in the same function. It's very cool feature. And why we are doing this? Because we want to manipulate this obstacle left and this obstacle bottom variables. So sorry, obstacle left we are going to manipulate, and we want to have access. So to have that access, I'm defining this move obstacle in the same function, in the generate obstacle. Okay, so let's move obstacle. Okay, obstacle. So let's move obstacle. It doesn't take any argument. Okay, so let me just cover this. Okay. So what this move obstacle will do is we are going to minus the value from this 500. So let me see. Okay, and okay, so let's move this. Okay, so what we have to do is this something we have to minus. So let's see, this is 500 now. So 498 will be here, 496 will be here, 494 will be here. So we have to do that. So let's set that obstacle left, obstacle left, obstacle left, obstacle left. Let's have this value 2 because it works fine. You can set any value, you can experiment it, to increase the difficulty of the game, but 2 works fine for me. So after doing that, let's reflect it. So let's again obstacle, this we will just copy this. Okay, let's type it, obstacle dot obstacle dot style. Because when I copy the code refactoring, I have to done. I'm not interested in doing that. Typing comes handy sometimes, Obstacle sort style dot left, yeah, obstacle top obstacle. Style dot left. Obstacle left plus pixels, yeah. Okay, we have done that. So we are reflecting in our document now. So but we want this continuous motion. We want this continuous motion of this. So this is continuous motion of that, and by the time now now when you want continuous motion, what we do? Any guesses? The answer is very simple. Let's imply the timer ID. Okay, so let's declare another timer ID. Timer ID 1. Okay, timer ID 1, and then set interval. Okay, set interval. Set interval. What we want to do is we want to call this move obstacle every 20 milliseconds. So this value is in milliseconds. Okay. So let's do now. Let's check in our web browser. Okay. Okay. So let's call this general obstacle. So you can see that this guy is moving. Okay. But they are going past the game of ours, so we want to avoid that. Also we want to hide this, because we want hide this in this area because our ground needs to be shown. So like this, I want to hide this area. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that so let's handle that's two cases. So I'm going to add if condition. So I will say if obstacle left obstacle left obstacle left equals minus 10. Okay, this value also have experimented, and minus 10 is works fine. So it is just saying that when you go past this game thing, you want to remove this guys. Okay, so I will let me check in my code whether I'm doing it right. Okay, so yeah, so here we are going to remove them. Okay, so container dot like append child, we have remove child. Remove child. What's the child? Obstacle. I want that obstacle. I want to remove, and game container dot remove child. Okay. Top of stack. So let's see whether it does its work or not. So let's refresh and run it. Okay, this is our console. So let's watch whether it disappears or not. Yeah, it disappears. Okay, so we have now taken care of this condition. So the next thing we have to take care of is hiding this obstacle below the ground. So that is very easy. We have to just add the z index to our ground. Well, z index is a CSS property. It will, when you set, if you set the z index of one element more than other element, then that element will be front of your screen, and the lesser z index, the thing which have lesser z index will be behind. Okay, so I'm setting z index to the 1 because this, and I'm setting this, okay, and I'm, so the default is that the obstacle has z index 0. Okay, so it has z index 0, but for your understanding, let me write z index to it. Okay, so the ground has the z index 1, and obstacle has the z index 0, so the ground will be front of it. So the ground will be front of it. Okay, so that's the z index property. You can Google it and know about its detail, but it works that way. So z index will now do its magic. Let's do it. Okay, let's call this generate obstacle. Okay, now you can see that you are not seeing this uh, bottom. Okay, so now let's continue. So what we want is now is to kind of okay, so we want to we are now just generating this obstacle one time, but we have to generate multiple obstacles. So like this, when you play the game, obstacles keeps on get generating, obstacle keeps on get generating. So to achieve that, we need to add one statement here, which is set time. Okay, this function JavaScript provides, and it is same. So okay, sorry for typing mistakes. Set timeout. Yeah, so what we want to call, so I want to call generate obstacles. So I want to call generate obstacles every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds it will call this function. So the main difference is that this guy needs to be cleared. Okay, so every 20 milliseconds it will call this move obstacle, but the set time out, you have to call this function to, and what its function is that it will upon when it brought to the execution, it will just wait for 300 seconds and it will just call back this function. Okay, so the main difference is that this will continuously will go on, and it will, you don't need to call this multiple times, but in order to work this you need to call it multiple times. Okay, so now this function calls itself, this function call itself, so it is a recursion now. Okay, because we want to generate obstacles every 3 seconds. Okay, you can, possibly, if you don't understand these things, you can Google it, but the crux is same. You have to call this function, and when this function brought in execution, then it will just wait for 3 seconds and call this same generate obstacles, which is the same function. We are implementing recursion here, and when you just do this, no, it will just call automatically every 20 milliseconds until you clear this interval. You will be calling this function. Okay, but we don't need to clear this. Okay, so that's the main difference. Please Google it if you didn't understand it. So let's save it and see the effects. Okay, let me call this general obstacles here. I'm bored to call this uh, in this browser. So let's call it here, and okay, now you can see that we have made this, you know, generating multiple obstacles. Okay, so this is our main task is complete. So what we need to do is now check for this things. So we want to check for collisions with this bottom and top, and also we want to we want our game over when we touch the ground. So that things we remaining now. So let's complete that. So let's do this. So before going on, I need to show you something. Okay, I need to show you something. So this if statement is going to be tricky. Okay, but I will make sure that you will understand this thing. Okay, okay. So now what we want uh, when this bird's bottom hits this top surface of obstacle, we want our game over. Okay, that's sure. One thing you must understand is that we are not changing this bird left anywhere in our game. So this distance distance of a bird from this left pane will be constant, and it will be 220. Okay, 220 pixels. Okay, so in order for bird to hit this obstacles must be in the range such that its left this left thing is at 160. So or its left is 280. Okay, less than equal to 280 or more than equal to 160. Okay, so by the figure you must have understood. So because this obstacle has width 60, we have set it in our CSS. So 160 plus 60 will 220. So there is a possibility of bird hitting, and also to this 220 plus the width of the bird, which is 60. This left thing, that is obstacle left, should be less than equal to 280. So this must be in the range. So there will be possibility of the bird hitting. So let's write that conditions. Okay, I'm going to implement if statement. So it should be obstacle left, which you know that it is the left side of the obstacle. So let's say this mobile is obstacle. So this thing is obstacle left. Okay. So obstacle left, if obstacle left is should be greater than equal to 160, as we have seen that, and okay, and obstacle left should be less than equal to 280. Okay, less than equal to 280, and bird bottom, we are not changing it but we are checking it. So bird bottom needs to be 220. Okay, so there will be a possibility of the bird hitting the obstacle. Okay, okay. So and I have to put and there is one more condition coming, and it will be very complex, so I will just break it here. Okay, so now let me explain that condition. Okay, so the thing is that now we have clear with this obstacle left issue, but we have to clear with this obstacle bottom issue. Okay, we want to catch we want to catch this condition, that's the bird's bottom hits the top surface of this obstacle. So what I have come up with the solution is, please But give attention here. This will be a bit tricky. So I will go step by step. Okay. So as you know that this distance is a bird bottom. Okay. This distance is a bird bottom, and from bird bottom we are generating this 300 pixel height obstacle. Okay, that's one fact. Second fact is we are measuring our bird bottom from this point, that is from above the ground. So this distance is a bird bottom. Okay, so to catch that, whether it hits this with this top surface of this obstacle, we need to account for one condition, that is we want um, height of this obstacle above the ground. Okay, so if we manage to get this obstacle's height from the bottom, then we can check whether this bird bottom is less than or equal to that height. So essentially we are checking for the hitting. Okay, you must have understood that. That's the second fact. Okay, so now to get this obstacle's height from this ground, what we need to do is that since the ground is 150, okay, so we need to subtract this obstacle bottom from 150. So we will get this surface which is been hiding by ground, which is we are setting the z index, so the obstacle bottom is behind the ground. So we will successful to get this height. So if we subtract this height, that is hidden height. Okay, let's say it is at hidden height. If we manage to subtract this height from the 300 pixels, then we will get easily the top this the height of the obstacle above the ground, and we can then check this for obstacle bird bottom. Okay, because our reference will be the same now, which is the ground. Okay, I think you get that. And its figure is very crude and my explanation is also crude, but I think you get this conditions. Okay, and so let's code that condition. So when it will hit, okay, so I will just make this condition. What is this? So I will say bird bottom. Okay, bird bottom less than equal to what we 300, which is the height of the total height of the obstacle, and that should be minus the height of the hidden obstacle beneath ground, sorry, behind ground, 150 minus obstacle bottom. Okay, obstacle bottom. So that's the condition here. Okay, let me check for it. Okay, I am doing correctly or not. Okay, this looks fine. This looks fine. Okay, this is the condition. We must okay, I'm taking your time guys, but let me verify whether it is good. Okay, we need this. Why I deleted this? Okay, so that's the first condition, that the condition of the bird hitting this bottom obstacle. Now we will talk about obstacle being hit by top obstacle. Okay, this is also going to be tricky. Okay, so please bear with me. So what okay, so you are now clear that we are measuring the bird bottom from here. Okay, from the ground, and this is the first fact. Okay, the second fact is that we are generating some random obstacle bottom, and from that obstacle bottom we are generating this top obstacle. That's the second fact. Okay, so what we are going to do is now, so So what we are going to do, we want the same reference. Okay, let me pause for a bit. Okay, now I'm recording. Okay, so let me explain this second condition now, so please focus. So the thing is that we are generating this this top obstacle with respect to this, how we will have some obstacle bottom, and above this obstacle 450 pixels we are generating this. So this will be our obstacle now. Okay, very crude drawing, but you have got my point. Okay, this is my obstacle. Okay, very crude drawing, sorry for that. So this is the point, that from this distance we are above 440 pixels we are drawing this obstacle. So now let's consider for the special case. Let obstacle bottom be 0. Okay, because we know that we are generating the random number for obstacle bottom, and we are generating the random number for the obstacle bottom, and that can be 0 also. Okay, so let's consider that case. So now then what we are this obstacle bottom will be from here for 450 pixels. Okay, so what we want is the same reference for this bird bottom and obstacle this from where this obstacle hits. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we want to add to this bird bottom the value 150 minus obstacle bottom. So it will be same reference. So we are, if we add this value, that is 150 minus obstacle bottom, so obstacle bottom will be this height, and 150 minus obstacle bottom will be this, and from this we are drawing this above 450 pixel this top obstacle. So if we add this value to the bird bottom, then we will have the same reference. And we also want to take in consideration the height of the bird, which is 45 pixels. So our condition will be, we want to check whether this bird bottom, which is this distance, plus 150 minus obstacle bottom, which is this distance, plus height of the bird greater than equal to gap, which is this distance. Okay, it's very difficult to understand, I guess, but it's tricky to understand, but this explanation might have helped you to understand, but the concept is same. We want the same reference, so what we are doing, we are adding this value, so we will have the same reference for this bird bottom, because bird bottom has this reference. So in our special case, when this guy when the obstacle bottom is 0, so this guy will be 450 direct above the ground, so we will adding 150 to the bird bottom. So we are having the same reference again for this bird also and for this top obstacle also. Okay, so let's code it now. Let's go for it. So I'm putting or, because the bird can hit the top one and the bottom one, so I'm putting or. So what is our case, that it should be bird bottom, where bird bottom, bird left, I don't want bird left, man, I want bird bottom. Okay, bird bottom plus 45, which is the bird's height, and plus 150 minus obstacle bottom. Okay, let me do this obstacle bottom. Okay, should be, if that is, this thing is greater than equal to the gap. Okay, So this is that another condition. So I will just make this, yeah, cut as one condition. Okay, I will just want you. Okay, so you will be now seeing clear picture. So what I'm saying, that when that obstacle is in the range of the bird, which is this, and this condition is saying that it hits that one of the top or bottom obstacle. So these are this condition. Okay, uh, okay, this is one condition to be game over, that it hits one of the obstacle. And what is the second condition? It hits the ground. Okay, this is our second condition. Okay, I need to, okay, so the game pauses when this bird will hit the ground. Okay, so we have to code that also. Okay, let's do it then. So this is one condition, so let me do the bracketing of this. Okay, what I'm doing, okay, okay, so this is one condition now. Okay, and I'm ORing to that condition. That condition is very easy, not that tricky as the previous conditions. So bird bottom is equal to 0, because we are measuring with the ground. So it hit ground, bird bottom equal to 0. So this will suffice. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, it's worked fine. So what we want to happen is that we don't want to this happen. We want to clear this interval, because we don't want this motion of the obstacle. We want to freeze all the things. So let's write the clear interval then. Clear interval, clear interval. Okay, let me hit a tab for it. It doesn't look nice. Okay. Clear interval. That's a function. I'm copying this, pasting. So I want to stop this motion. Also, I want to call this game over function. Game over. I will be writing this function now. So yeah. So you will be hearing some noises, but sorry for that. Okay. So let's write our game over function. So function game over. Function game over. So what the first thing we have to do is that we have to set this variable which we have initially declared, which is this, which is game over. So which is game over, we have to put it to, yeah, now it's game over. So let's set it true. Also we want to birds to stop, because we are moving this bird down using that timer ID thing. I hope you must remember. So let's clear interval that thing also. Clear interval timer ID. Okay, okay. What we want to do? Also, we don't want our bird to jump after hitting collision. So we want to remove that event listener from the document. Okay. So if we don't do that, then our bird will keep going up after hitting also. So we don't want that. So we will just remove event listener. Event listener. Mistake. I think its spelling is right. Okay. Okay, event listener. What was that? Yeah. What I was calling control game, maybe. Control game control. Okay. Game control. Right. So that's it. Okay, let's check for it whether it works or not. Let me go over it again, maybe. So I think you have understood this thing. I hope so. So let's check whether it works or not. Okay. 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 Okay, it's not working. Why is that? Oh god. Okay, let me refresh it. The ground is working, but the collision is not working. Why is that? Let me check. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And the bird bottom 60 300 mile obstacle bottom, or this or this is the one condition, or one bottom is equal to 0. So let's pause the video for. So I did some typo, and that typo was, instead of bird left, I'll check for bottom. Okay. So yeah. So let's hit Control S, and let's now then check. Okay. Yeah, it's working now. It's working. But let's see with the top obstacle. Yeah, top obstacle is also working, but this elements keep getting generated, so we have to stop that. Okay. Mm, so for that it's very easy actually. So what we want to do, we don't want to call if game over. I'm calling, no. So I'm just pretty simple condition. If not, so it's a not is game over, is game over. Then I want to, you know, this thing. I want to generate obstacles. If our game is over, then there is no reason of generating obstacle. No? So that's it. And also, I don't want to generate this, guys. I don't want you to append. Please don't append. If game is not over. So if not is game over, then you can append. But if game is over, then there is no, you know, use of adding this obstacles to the game. So let's do this. Okay. Let's see if we can get our bugs now. Yeah, still it is generating, but only single thing is generating. Okay. So we don't want also. So why it's happening? Yeah. Yeah, it's game over is true, and also let me go over this. Okay, not we are going set time. Okay, we are clearing the time interval. So yeah, don't open child. It's not game over, then you open child. Yeah, it is work fine. I don't know how this bug is coming. Okay, it's not coming now. Okay, but let's now. No, now it's not coming now. Okay, let's play this game for a bit and then see if it, you know. Okay, it's not coming now. Actually, I think that JavaScript interpreter, the spaces, but logically it shouldn't account for that, but somehow it does account. Okay, so we have taken all of the conditions. Now, as I promised you, we built this same thing. So now it's very easy to modify this game into this version, which is just adding some background images and all. So let us do that. So first is we have to just get this this is my GitHub code. I have to copy this all things. So this, this. I need to copy. I will control C. I will go. I think this is our game actually. So I need to paste it. So just remember this name. Okay, Flappy Bird pipe, Flappy Bird game background. So I will be now. Yeah. So let's do it. What I will do is now is I will just okay that will reflect. So I want this guy to be back because I want to take the reference. So you can see that this is you can see this reflected. Okay. Now let's go to style CSS and let's apply the things. Okay. The first is first we want to bird to be visible. So instead of this background color thing, what we will do is that there is this URL. Okay. Let me check with this command. Okay. Okay. It's 1 minute. Yeah, it's a background image. Property is called background image. Okay. So it's a background image. What is that? Okay, yes, this property background image. We have to put URL, and URL is since this guy is in the same folder, we have to just specify this name, Flappy Bird PNG. So let's do it, Flappy Bird PNG. So yeah, PNG. So let's check whether it reflects in a game or not. Okay, it's gone. Where it does go? Okay, let me. What happened now? It should be okay. I made mistakes. Sorry for my silly mistakes. Okay, now you can see this our bird. Okay, now we have to just change the sky. Okay, this problem persists now. Okay, let me check for it now. Okay, let me enter the code. I will just in game over I will just remove the elements and there is not. So I will just like game container child if there are the obstacle I and remove child. Okay, but that will remove the okay. Okay, let's do this. Top obstacle. Okay, it works. Okay, this works now. Let's control S and again we will see this works. Yeah, this is now working, so no bugs will be there. So you can see the bird. So we want to have this change also this. Okay, let's do this. Let's continue that task. Okay, you are listening to this noise, sorry for that. So what we need to do is that this pipe we have to fix now. So let's me copy this and let me paste here, but I don't want Flappy Bird. It's a Flappy Bird pipe. Okay, I will just append this and underscore and pipe. Okay, then I will just control C and then I will just here I don't want background color by the way. I don't want background color, so I don't want this background color. Okay, I will just with this. Let's see what happens. Okay. So now we have this pipe, but this pipe, this doesn't look nice. So we have to rotate this pipe. So I'm going to have this property in this written here. So the property is actually transform property. So the transform I will rotate and rotate by 180 degree. So that will be like 90. So this is 0, this is 90, and this is 180. Okay. So this will be 180 degrees. Degree I should type actually. Date 180 date. Yeah. Let's check for it now. Yeah, now you can see that we are having this. Okay, still this problem. I don't know why this happening actually. Okay, let me go again and don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, let me. Um, so I will just say if is game over is true, you just return. Yeah. Well, that will suffice, I guess. Let's wait. Okay, not now coming. You just test, guys, and let me know. Okay, this still happens. Okay, that one guy is generating and it is just traveling back. Okay, here, where? It's already have been generated. Okay, so let's experiment with it's game over. Must written. So let me pause for a bit and then come to you. Maybe. So yeah, I'm recording. So I fixed this problem by this changing the value of this interval. Okay. Initially it was 300, but due to this complex mechanism of callbacks, this event queues in JavaScript, we need to consider of time also. So in this previous case, the 3 seconds was not enough for him, so this will work fine. 3500. Please you know uh, work with this code and see for yourself. So let's me check. So what we are remaining now, we have to we have pipes. Now we have this big game background image. So for that sky, we will just change sky to our background image. Where is our sky? I don't want background color. You must be listening to this noise, this little children play. So let's what that background image, it should be a URL. And what's the URL? It's FB game background PNG background. Okay, let's see whether this change reflects to it or not. Yeah, we have this. So we can also set it to the ground. Okay, so let's set it for the ground also. So what's that? It's a Flappy Bird pie, Flappy Bird background. Yeah, bottom background. So for the ground we will set bottom background. So background image you want, where is that? Okay, what? Okay, URL. What's the URL? Bottom background. So bottom background. So bottom background dot png. Okay. So yeah, now let's check whether we have the bottom background also. Okay, we have the bottom background. So our game is ready. Flappy Bird is ready. So let's put it on the GitHub now. So I will show you one trick so that you can share this game with your friends, family, and well-wishers. So let's do that. I have my GitHub. Okay. Okay, can go internet. Okay, yeah, I'm recording now. So let's put our game on the GitHub. So the procedure I will explain you, so you can share with your friends and uh, family and well-wishers. So what you have to do is that you have to first make a new repository. So I will make this Flappy 2. Okay. After doing that, just hit create repository. Okay. And then upload an existing file. You have to click. Then you have to select this all these items and drag there in this area. So you can see that these files are getting uploaded. So you have to be patient and wait for it. So let's do a job. So yeah, it is doing that work. Yeah. Okay, it finished. Then you have to press this commit. So you have to wait till it processes your files. So next thing you want to do is you want to go to settings, and then you will go here, which is GitHub pages. You will select the branch, which is main, and you will hit save. Then you have to wait at least for 10 minutes to let GitHub prepare its page. So it will notify you when that page gets ready. Okay, so let me hit the back button. Okay, back is not working. So let me go to this GitHub again. So go to your repository again, Flappy 2, and check whether it got hosted or not. But you have to wait at least 10 minutes. So you will see something like this. Your site is published at this URL. But GitHub is slow nowadays, so you have to wait for at least 2 minutes. 10 minutes, and then you will see your game is being hosted. So I will show you our game. I have done hosting, so let's check that game. So I made this Flappy again. So okay, not here. So Flappy again, Flappy. Yeah. This I have recently posted. So 2 hours ago I just did this. So that is active. So you will see this, So your deployment. Yeah, now you can see this game. So your game will be also hosted like this. So the rules is to press this restart button to replay the game, and you will be good to go. So wait for at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes. The GitHub will host your code, and then you can share this URL using your WhatsApp status or whatever methods, email, your YouTube channel, whatever it is. So you are good to go. So that's for it now. I will upload more videos of games in this in coming days. Thanks for listening to me. Please share and like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much. Okay, bye.